Hello everyone and welcome to Day 7. Day 7 we're going to focus on some stretching, but first we're going to do some exercises that involve an isometric contraction. And what that means is we're not lengthening or shortening the muscle tissue, we are holding a position where the muscle is working, but it's not moving through a full range of motion. And this is a great way to increase muscle tone. So let's get started. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do, we're going to hold a squat. So this is an isometric contraction for all those leg muscles. So what you're going to do is get down right into the bottom of that squat, as low as you can go without going below 90 degrees in the knees. Arms are out, and this is a position we're going to try and hold for a minute. So we'll get everyone ready, and we're going to time it, starting right now. With this, I find it helps to close your eyes, control the breathing, think about the muscles that are working, but to also focus on getting some nice big breaths so that oxygen goes to those muscles, so you can really hold this for as long as possible. You still want to keep an arch in your lower back as well, so your upper body is fairly upright. You want to avoid hunching over. That forces all those leg muscles to work instead of your back. Almost there. Got under 10 seconds to go. And that's your minute, right there. Okay, so the next one is also an isometric contraction for the legs. Instead of a squat being held at the bottom, Marta's going to hold a lunge at the bottom of the rep. So she'll go down into that lunge position just before that knee touches the ground, and then with the arms, we're going to hold those in an upright position, just making the shoulders work a little bit more, opening up the chest, and also opening up our lungs so we can control the breathing. We're going to hold each side for 30 seconds. We ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Here we go. 30 seconds starts now. And the arms are up. And so here you can see she's got that nice 90-degree angle in that left leg, and that right knee is just barely off the ground, which is perfect. Again, we've got about 10 more seconds to go on this one here. Let's focus and concentration.
Shoulders are back.
Yep, that's perfect. That's 30 seconds. Let's switch. And let's put that other leg back. 30 seconds on this side. Starts now. Almost there. Nice hold. You're almost done. And that's time right there. Nice job.
Thanks.
Okay, so this position here is going to involve a little bit more balance. So what we're going to do is stand on one leg, just a slight bend in the knee, and I'm going to bend forward at the hip. So my right leg is going to go nice and straight out, as close to parallel to the ground as possible. And I'm going to do the same thing with my arms. And you can already see my ankle working down here to try and stabilize and keep everything balanced. We're going to hold that position for 30 seconds on either leg. Ready to get started?
Yes. And I'll time you.
You're going to time me perfect.
Go.
30 seconds starts now. With this one, it also really helps to focus on abs. So I'm thinking about keeping my abs tight. That keeps my back safe, but it also keeps me a lot stronger.
And time.
Perfect. 30 seconds on the other leg. Starting now.
And time.
That's a great one for your glutes and your lower back, and especially shoulders as well to keep the arms up. Okay, so the last exercise we're going to do before we get into stretching is called Superman, or in this case, Superwoman. So, Marta's going to lay right down on her stomach with her arms right above her head and her feet stretched out. And from this position here, she's going to lift both her arms and her legs at the same time, so the only thing touching the mat would be her core. So her hips and her stomach stay in contact, but those shoulders and those legs she's going to lift as high off the mat as she can. Now here she's doing repetitions of this. We're going to do two versions. If you've never done this before, we're going to start you off by doing some repetitions, just as Marta is doing. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, we're going to get you to hold Superman or Superwoman right at the top like Marta is doing here. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds. So we'll let you get into position. Marta's going to hold this at the top. 30 seconds starts now. So with this one, the breathing is still nice and controlled, but you want to find that you even take some slightly shorter breaths to be able to keep that core nice and tight. So right here, Marta's shoulders are working, her stomach is working to keep her upper body off the mat. Her hips and her lower back and her glutes are working to keep her legs up off the mat. You're doing great. You're almost done. You're almost at your 30 seconds. That's time. Nicely done. Okay, so it's time for some stretching. Stretching is great for cooling down, increasing blood flow to the muscles. It helps your muscles recuperate faster after a workout. That's just another way to keep your joints and your muscles safe. So we are going to hold some stretches, and these stretches you can also do at the end of any of the 7 workouts that you've done through the entire week. We're going to start by stretching your lower back. So we'll get you down on the mat, hands and knees, and you're going to push your hips back towards your feet, and you can kind of walk your hands up a little bit. And you're going to feel a stretch in through your lower back. We're going to hold this for about 10 seconds. Slow the breathing down. Okay. With all of the stretches that we're doing, we're going to hold them for a minimum of 10 to 15 seconds. If you want, you can hold your stretches longer. Anything over a minute will improve your flexibility. Stretching is great. You can do it anywhere. Just make sure that your muscles are warm when you're stretching. You never want to stretch a cold muscle. Okay, so the next stretch is going to be for your abdominal wall. So we're going to have you right down on your stomach, hands by your chest, and just very gently you're going to push and lift your upper body up off the mat. Don't worry if you can't bring your shoulders all the way back. Just enough that you feel a stretch in through your stomach is enough. And once again, hold. Think about slowing the breathing down. To the next one. Okay, so the next stretch we're going to do is for your hip flexors. So we're going to bring one foot forward, the other knee is down, and very gently, just with your hands on your hips, you're going to push your hips forward. And you should feel a stretch through the hip flexor of that back leg. So you just want to find that nice comfortable spot, and we're going to hold this. Slowing the breathing down. And let's switch and get the other side. Push forward. Keeping the shoulders back as well, that really helps to isolate those hip flexor muscles. Good. Okay, the next stretch is going to be for those quad muscles. So this one, if you have good balance, you can do standing on one foot. If you need to, you can hold on to something for balance. Very simply, you're going to bring your ankle up, hold on to it with your hand, arm out, and you're just giving a very light pull back. Think about pulling your knee back, and you should feel a stretch from your knee all the way up to your hip. Just hold that one for a little bit. Good, and we're going to switch and get the other quad. Good, okay. Okay, so now we're going to stretch the back of those legs, so we're going to get the hamstrings. Want to find something just to elevate your foot slightly. A chair works great. So we're going to put the heel down, leg is nice and straight, and from here you're just very gently leaning forward at the hips. You can even use your hands to slide down your leg, and you don't need to lean forward too much. You really want to avoid hunching over, maintain nice upper body posture, good arch your lower back, and it's just a very gentle lean forward, and you should feel that nice stretch all the way through your hamstring, maybe even a little bit in your calves as well, especially if you pull that toe back. So we've been holding this one for over 10 seconds, but we'll give it a few more before I switch. And let's switch and get the other leg, and very gently leaning forward. And we've stretched the hamstrings. Okay, so now it's time to stretch your upper back. So we're going to take our hands together and we're going to push forward and think about separating the shoulder blades. So I'll give you a view of that here. So I'm just going to give a really nice separation all through my upper back. We're going to hold this here for 10 seconds. Stretch for your upper back. Okay, so we're going to stretch the chest muscles and our biceps. So we're going to start out with the arms out. You're going to turn your thumbs so they point down. And then from this position here, just very gently bring the arms back. So this not only stretches our chest, but it stretches the biceps as well. So we're doing both at the same time. Nice slow with the breathing. That's chest and biceps. Okay, it's time to stretch our traps. The traps make up a portion of our upper back and our neck. So we're going to put one hand on the other side of your head and very gently you're just going to pull your ear over to your shoulder. Now with the arm on the other side, you can intensify the stretch just by very gently pushing down. You should feel the stretch all in through the side of your neck. Hold this one for a few more seconds. And we're going to switch to the other side. Give them a light pull over. And this arm is going to push straight down. And that's a great stretch for the traps. The last stretch that we're going to do today is for the triceps, for the back of the arms. We're going to bring one arm up and behind. I'll turn so you can see exactly what I'm doing back here. And the other arm is going to come up, hold onto the elbow, and you're just going to give it a very light pull back. Now if you have trouble reaching that arm, another option is to use your head just to very gently push that arm back. And you should feel the stretch all the way in through the back of that arm. Now we've been holding that for over 10 seconds, so we're going to switch and get the other arm. So this one goes back, behind, and either using your head or using the other arm, just give it a very gentle pull back, and you should feel that stretch all in through the back of that arm. That's a stretch for both of our triceps. Okay, so that's the end of day 7, and that's the end of the week-long series of workouts that we've had you do. So now you have an opportunity to go back through them again, and it's a good thing to try to improve every time by either increasing the number of reps that you do in an exercise, or maybe somewhere down the road adding weight, absolutely. So there's a lot of options for you to challenge yourself. Even going through the circuit a second and a third time is a great way to do that as well. So we hope you enjoyed the workout. Take care.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. See you in the next one.